Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel once again. In one of my tutorial, I had explained you how you can upload image or file into Firebase storage with the help of Flutter Web. In that video, I didn't cover how to upload multiple files or multiple images, but that I am going to cover in this tutorial. So please watch this video till the end so that you can get the full knowledge. So let's jump to our coding. Before jumping to code, if you are new to my YouTube channel, then you can consider subscribing, and if you like the content or if it is helping in any manner, then you can share with your friends and colleagues so that they can also learn from this tutorial. So let's start our coding. I have already run this project and you can see on my page that we have no item found is visible to you. I have deleted the previous images and the collection data from our Firebase so that we can start from the scratch. If I click on the new item, it will take us to another page where we can select images and we can give name and price. This is the code I'm using from one of our last videos. If you haven't watched that video how to upload images in Flutter Web, then you can find the link in the description. Watch that video completely and come back to this stage later. And even if you don't want to watch that video, then you can watch this video completely to get the full concept. So let me go to our VS Code. Before implementing this feature, we will require one package or dependencies to show the multiple files that we are going to pick from our system. That package either you want to use or not, it depends upon you, because I'm going to show you the images in a slider way, like we have carousel slider, right? So we are going to use that package in order to show to the users in a easy manner to check the images that we have selected or we have uploaded to our servers. So just come back to our website and our Chrome, just type dev, look for carousel. This is the dependency that we are going to use in our project or in this tutorial. Just copy this one, go back to our popspec.yml file, below file picker, paste it and save it. It will take some time to get the package into our projects. As you can see, the command is running flutter pop get, which gets the files related to this package carousel slider, and it runs successfully. In this application, you can see, if I go back to this, we have a new item, right? And this new item will be on our floating action button. Here you can see we have a floating action button called new item, and on click of that button we are redirecting to account page. Account page is nothing but our new item page where we can select images and create name and price of that item. We can rename this file or leave it as it is right now. No need to change anything, because for demo purpose I have already created and have been using in my tutorials. Okay, so the main part is that here we are showing images, a select image or default image. If we haven't selected any image, so we are showing the default image. Once we click pick image, it should show the selected image. Like if I go and click like broccoli, then it is going to show me the broccoli image, right? But our main motto is to select multiple files. So how we can get multiple files, or how we'll be able to pick multiple files with the help of file picker. Come back to our account page, which is nothing but our new item creation page. If we come to our choose image button, pick image, we have a method hooked that is called select file. And in this select files, you can observe that this is the file results.files.first name. I'm getting the first row or first object of these files and creating or getting the name of that file, and similarly the bytes of the selected files. It means that this file result can have multiple files or multiple images. If you hover on these big files, we can see there is a property called allow multiple. It has to be enabled true in order to able to pick multiple files from the system. Let me go and change it to allow multiple. to true. Now it will give us the result, or it will allow us to pick multiple files from our system. From this multiple files, or from this file result, we can get multiple results, and we can iterate it, and we can save it in a list of this selected images in byte. If I go to the selected image in byte, it is a single image in the byte format. What we need, we will need a list of this type. So let me just copy and paste and convert this list of uint8 list to a list type, and initially assign this as a list1. I'm just going to rename this property to selected images in bytes, or let me just change the name to picked images in byte. And let me take another variable for item count. It means how many items I'm, or how many images I'm going to select. Image counts, it will be 0 initially. And come back to our select file method. This is the method where we are going to change. As I showed you, if we allow multiple to true, it will give us multiple results, and with the help of that multiple results, we can iterate it, and we can set the images, the selected images bytes in our newly created property. Copy this one, copy this, and loop it through for each, and just give a comma, sorry, semicolon, and let me copy paste this inside our loop. And this line is not required as of now. Let me comment out, and this is should not be inside here, it should be on the top. Why I'm assigning value to select file is that in our below, while we are showing the images, we have done a check select file dot is empty or not. Means either you select single file or multiple files. Based upon that condition, we used to show our images in the memory widget. For that to work, we'll have to set some value into our property select file. Now the next thing is to add bytes to our newly created property picked images in byte, and this element will have single image, and from the single image we will get byte, and this image picked image in bytes will be used in our carousel to show the images with the help of memory widget, image.memory widget. So just save it, and as I showed you, where we are trying to show our images is here. When you select any images in Flutter Web specifically, you should, or you have to use image.memory in order to render images in UI. So at instead of this image.memory, we'll have to use carousel. And to use carousel, go back to our pop.dev, come to this readme section, and copy paste the whole thing. Let me hit enter and comment this code as of now, and paste this one. You should be able to import this package once you have it in your popspec.yml file. And instead of this hard-coded value, we will be using picked images.bytes, and I is there. I means the index, index means whatever the records will be available in our picked images, it will be available in I. So in our text widget here, we will replace with the memory dot image dot memory. Now let me save it and run this, and let's save, and or let's do a hot reload. Come to terminal section and do a hot reload. Now the application is reloaded. Let's click on the new item, pick image, select broccoli images. I have already downloaded few broccoli images and few tomato images so that I can demonstrate you with the help of this image. Now it should render and it should show images. Let's inspect it. What are the errors that we got? It says accession failed. Bytes is not equal to true. Image provider. Account dot 183. Sorry, it shouldn't be selected images in byte. It should be I, because we have the images in picked image in bytes and we are iterating with the help of map, and at this line we have created, or we are saying that it is type of list, because if you hover on these items it accepts a widgets of list. Items should be a list of widgets, so if you convert that to a to list it will give you a list of widgets. Now do a hot reload and come back to this site and pick images, open it. Now you got the images, right? Two images or three images, two images. So the picking of images is done. Now the next step is to, when you do a save or when you click on save, it should go to our Firebase storage and it should store the images in such a format that we can recognize later. It means if I am going to give a name of this item as broccoli, the images should be stored in such a fashion like broccoli underscore 1 or 2 or 3, so that on the later stage we can recognize from the Firebase storage. And in our Firebase console, in this section, in our collection, the images should be stored in a list inside of a document like this. This will be a single document. If a record gets created, it will create a document, and inside that document what we should do, we should create a property, or we should have a property of array type that will hold our images URL that will be stored in our Firebase storage. So let's come back to our select file is done. The next done is to implement our save item functionality. Here you can see we have a method called upload file, and with this help of upload file we are getting a URL, and that URL is in turn used in our Firebase collection addition. Here you can say we are adding that URL against to our item image URL. So let me come to this image upload file method, copy this one, and we will create a new method so that the existing functionality should not be hampered. Upload multiple files, and I had created another property called item count right here, image counts, and while selecting the images, multiple images, the count should get increased by 1, so that we can know how many images has been picked by the user. Let me come here and do a for loop and copy paste that one. We have to cut this whole code and paste inside this for loop, because how many images has been selected, that many loop it should iterate to upload to Firebase storage and get the URLs, use that in our addition functionality. So I'm going to pass I'm going to use this one here in our save functionality. Just call await, and from this upload image multiple files, I will pass this item name controller value. Let me just explain you what I'm going to do with this one item name. If I have selected 5 images or 3 images for broccoli, it should be broccoli underscore 1, broccoli underscore 2, broccoli underscore 3. So just let me do this in this fashion, and it shouldn't be a selected file, it should be I instead, and it should be to string item name underscore I 0 or 1, and it should come to this section selected images in byte. It should be picked images in bytes of I. This is the I value and the iteration value, and it will store into our Firebase storage, and it will give us the downloaded URL, and this URL will set in our newly created properties. Okay, we'll have to get another properties here to hold the number of downloaded URL that will be in string format. Image picked image, okay, image URLs. As of now, just create it as image URLs and come back to our newly created method. Here, once we get this image URL, we'll set the image URL to image URLs property. The insert value is a single image URL, and this will hold the multiple image URLs. Once this method work is done, we'll come to this section, and we'll just check the length of the image URLs, and we'll pass that image URLs to this property image item image URL, so that in our Firebase storage it should save the image URLs in a list format. Let's save it and try to run, and click the save method. Click on new item, select pick image, select the images. Now the images are selected. I'm going to give broccoli, and price will be 230 rupees. Let me clear the console once. I hit the save button. Let's see whether any exception is there or not. No exception is there. Now the images or the record has been saved. If we go back to our Firebase console or the storage, let's come to product section. You can see broccoli 0, 1, 2 is there, right? Tomato is there. I think this was the previous example image. I didn't delete that, I guess. But you can see we have 3 broccoli images, and broccoli 0, 1, 2, 3, because the index starts from 0, 1, 0, so it has stored in this fashion 0, 1, 2, 3. And if we come to this our Firebase collection, here in this data item image URL 0, 1, 2, right, and our data has been saved successfully, but in this item grid view we are unable to see any images. Now the next part is to show the images. Let's copy this same carousel widget from here. I'm going to copy this widget from this account file and come back to our grid view. This is our grid view, and in this section we are trying to show our images, but for each item we will have multiple images. So instead of this container, we will use carousel, and we will use that carousel inside a container. Paste that carousel, and just now we do not have this property in this file, but we'll have to get the list of images so that we can use in our carousel, and that list of images we can get from this value snapshot.data.docs. And to get the list from this line, we'll have to use another class of list of string. Let me just remove map from, and paste this one and pass the index and pass the property that is present in our item image URL. I think item image URL. Item image URL is present in our collection. Item image URL. And in this section we are going to use the network image instead of memory, because we are showing the images from our network image. And okay, let's remove this child from here, and inside this box decoration we have another property called decoration image. We'll use that decoration image. Let me remove this color as well, image, and it will be of decoration image. Inside this decoration image we will use network image, and let's pass this value, and we'll get, sorry, we no need to pass that value, we just pass I, and let's save it. We have one error here, I think one comma is missing. Let's save it. Now do a hot reload so that the images should be loaded to our application. Yes, you can see the images are also loaded into our application. There is some height error. From here we'll remove height, or we'll just make this height with the help of media query so that it should fit to our container height. I'm going to give the container height or the image height to 0.3. Let me do a hot reload after saving. Now the images are looking proper. Similarly, let's click on new item, pick images, and select multiple images. I have selected tomato, and you can scroll here. Images are selected, give a name, price will be 300, and save it. Now the tomato has been saved, and you can see the multiple images are displayed with the help of carousel. Similarly, here also we can see the broccoli with the multiple images. So this is the way that we can upload multiple images with the help of file picker, and using carousel to view the images and to look beautiful and to look smoother to the users. If you have any doubts or if you have any queries related to this multiple file image uploading, then you can ping me in the comment section below, or you can directly email me so that I can fix your problem. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end.